Good morning, all. Welcome to the session of Physics of Measuring Instruments. Today we are going to discuss about anemometers and its types. The first anemometer was developed in the year 1450 by Leon Battista Alberti. The devices derive their name from the Greek word anemos, which means wind. Anemometers are meteorological devices that measure wind velocity and pressure. They are normally found in weather stations but are also used on ships, oil rigs, at airports, and for personal purposes. There are currently two anemometer categories: pressure anemometers and velocity anemometer. Wind and speed measurements help in forecasting hurricanes, storms, and tornadoes. At the present time, modern anemometers have the unique look, and it was often found in other pocket-sized devices. There are different classification of anemometers. They are cup anemometers, hot wire anemometers, ultrasonic anemometers, pressure tube anemometers, laser Doppler anemometers. Let us see it in detail about each type of anemometer with a diagrammatic representation. The first type is a cup anemometers. It is having cups placed onto the vertical axis. Due to the wind pressure against them, cups to rotate around. The wind speed is based on the fact of how faster the cup rotates. These are frequently in use by educational institutions, researchers, and meteorologists. It is also called it as rotational anemometers. The next type is the hot wire anemometer. This kind of anemometer includes a thin wire that is heated up to a fixed temperature but somewhat more than the temperature of atmospheric. When the air flows fast, then the wire gets cool. The relation between the wire's resistance as well as the wind velocity must be obtained to estimate the velocity. But most of the resistance of the metal depends on the metal's temperature. These are used in high wax, etc. It is otherwise also called it as thermal flow anemometers. The next type is the laser Doppler anemometer. This anemometers utilizes the concept of Doppler effect to determine the flow of moving air. So now we have to know what is called it as Doppler effect. There is a representation, and the diagrammatic representation is also given at the right hand side of it. What does Doppler effect means? It is a phenomenon that is observed whenever the source of waves is moving with respect to an observer. In it, a beam of light is used, which is further split into two beams. Further, the speed is determined by calculating the amount of light that has been reflected off by the moving air particles. It is mostly in use in high-tech jet engines and also in river hydrology. The next type is the ultrasonic anemometers. It is the anemometer which it has four sensors arranged in a square pattern. Here we use an ultrasonic sound waves for its use. The pressure tube anemometers are windstock. It is providing the wind direction and wind speed by who the higher the tube rises off the ground. It is found around mostly in airports. The next type is the windmill anemometers. This kind of anemometer is one of mechanical device, and it is the same as to the normal windmill. This device is used to measure wind velocity. It includes a rotational axis that runs parallel to the wind direction. It consists of an arrow vane because the wind direction is not a stable one to help the axis to change the direction. The arrow vane includes a tail and a propeller to get the exact speed of wind and measurements of direction. Next, let's see about what are all the applications of anemometers. It is basically used for measuring the wind pressure, and it also used for to measure the flow of the wind and the direction of the wind. Sometimes the drone users or the RC plane users also use it. It is also used to check the weather conditions before testing their devices. Long range shooters and pilots also use it. Skydivers use it in order to evaluate wind velocity before they leap into the abyss. Abyss is nothing but it is a deep, immeasurable space, a gulf, or a cavity. Then anemometers is also useful in aerodynamics to measure the wind air speed. Next, let's see about what are all the advantages of an anemometer. The advantages of an anemometer, it just includes the following points. As first one, it has a good precision. Next one, it has a low power utilization. And by using this device, the speed, the velocity, the direction, and the pressure of wind can be calculated. These are available in different sizes and shapes. It delivers specific measurements with less power consumption. Next one, the disadvantages of the anemometers. The disadvantages of the anemometers, it has a following. One is the distortion of the instrument, and due to strong winds, the instrument may get damaged. Precision must be taken while installing the device. Thank you.